Reading class, lesson 9, but we're going to start on page 20 in lesson 8. Look at those study words. Those were your study words from yesterday. Now I'm going to give you a definition of each of those and you tell me which one it is. Which word is a family's last name? Trasher. Which word is a girl's name? Figa. Which word names a country? Egypt. So you read about Egypt. I'm going to show you some pictures about the people in Egypt. So this is some children that live in Egypt, just this side. You see the pyramids? When I think of Egypt, I think of the Great Pyramids. I'd love to go see those someday. Kind of food they eat. That's the church he would go into. That's how he would spell his name. You see, it's quite different from what we have here in the United States. Now, some of their cities look the same as ours. They would sell their things in an outside market. There's Egypt. A lot of people bowing down. Islamic house of worship. A lot of deserts in Egypt. And there's the Great Pyramid that I would love to see someday. You can see here's the United States where we live. We fly across the Atlantic Ocean. And Egypt is right on the top corner of Africa. See that corner there? Remember the children of Egypt, children of Israel, were in Egypt for a while. And then when they crossed over, Israel's right over there on the other side. Okay, now doing some more study words. Which word names a child who has no living parents? Orphan. Which word names a place for orphans to live? Orphanage. Which word names something in which to store things? Barrels. Which word names a town close to the sea? Seaport. Which word describes a way clothes can look? Ragged. Who was the girl in the story? Figa. And where did she live? In Egypt. Some more study words, but not on page 20. These are just ones that you've had before. A try, attempt. An injury to the brain, concussion. A serious happening that needs help right away. Call 911 if you have an emergency. Happening often, frequently. Paid to do a job, hired. A child whose parents have both died. Orphan, a home for orphans. Orphanage, arguing or disagreeing. Quarreling, torn and wore out. Ragged, a town close to the sea where ships stop to load or unload. Seaport, water drops on your skin when you are hot. Sweat. Let's say the verse together. Submitting yourself one to another in the fear of God. Again, submitting yourself one to another in the fear of God. How many of the children knew the ship was on the way? None of them did. But sometimes God answers our prayers even before we pray our prayer. Isn't that awesome? What was the problem in the story? The orphanages did not, the orphanage had no money to buy food and clothes. How was the problem solved? The girls prayed and God answered by sending a ship full of clothes and food. How do you know God was answering the girls' prayers even before they started praying? Think a little bit about this one. The girls started praying Monday, and on Wednesday they found out about the ship. It took more than that for the ship to come across the ocean from America. So it couldn't have sailed from the United States on Monday and got all the way over here to Egypt on Wednesday. That's not possible. And remember, they didn't have airplanes back then. Or if they did, it didn't come by the airplane. It came with the ship. How long did some of the girls pray on Monday night? Until 2 o'clock in the morning. Would you pray that long? Would you stay up and pray and plead to God to answer your prayer? Maybe you were really hungry. You probably would, right? Whom did Mother Trasher meet on Wednesday? A man from America. And how did Figa and the other children feel on Friday when the men unloaded the trucks? They were wild with joy. They were so excited. What did Mother Trasher and the helpers find in the boxes and barrels? Dresses, shirts, pants, sweaters. Anything else? Blankets, towels, washcloths, baby clothes, powdered milk, rice, beans, flour, cans of fruit, vegetables. That's a lot of things. What happened on Sunday? The orphans went to a special Thanksgiving service at the church. Don't you think they were very, very thankful and grateful to God for answering their prayers? So it says time for reading class. So find somebody to read your story to. And then you can do the whole lesson by yourself. I am going to say some verses and you read them or you say them after me. Submitting yourself one to another in the fear of God. Submitting. Very good. He shall call upon me and I will answer him. He shall call upon me and I will answer him. Very good. Let him that stole steal no more, that he may have to give to him that needeth. Let's say those verses together one more time. Submitting yourself one to another in the fear of God. He shall call upon me and I will answer him. Let him that stole steal no more, and is it and? No, it isn't. That he may have to give to him that needeth.